Monday's thunderstorms caused widespread damage, knocking down trees, power, and damaging structures. The Charlottesville-Albemarle Airport was no exception. Isla Miyabi has the latest after some not-so-friendly skies roll through the area.
The Charlottesville-Albemarle Airport says that it was a team effort to clean up after Monday night's heavy storms. Now operations are back to normal for passengers flying in and out.
Our passengers are definitely our first priority, and so their safety is something that we take very, very seriously, and anything that could potentially damage that safety was, something that we had to take care of.
That anything Monday night was from wind along the edges of the airport. The airport's perimeter fence line sustained damage, Key says, and staffers living nearby jumped in to help make repairs. Power outages also impacted the airport's elevator and escalator.
Thankfully, we didn't take very many delays, and we still had aircraft coming in and going out. So that was all really good news on our part.
By Tuesday, all was fixed, and the airport operations are back to normal. In Charlottesville, Isla Miyabi, 29 News.